In these couple examples, we're going to be doing the chain rule, and they're just going to kind of get progressively harder as we go. We're going to focus on these two on the first one. So we're doing a chain rule, and I recognize that it's a chain rule because I have a composition. I have a function within a function. So doing the chain rule is the derivative of the outside, don't change the inside, times the derivative of the inside. So for us, we have this is your outside, and then that's your inside. So when we're doing our derivative, we're looking at pulling the 10 down, and then we won't change a thing on the inside, 3x plus 1. And then we'll change that power down one, because that's us doing the derivative of the outside. So the derivative power, the 10 came down, and we're subtracting 1. Then, so that's the derivative of the outside times the derivative of the inside, which is going to be 18x squared plus 3. And then typically we got a little bit of cleanup to do. There's not much. I'm going to take that 10 and just distribute it into this. I can't distribute it into this because of that power. So I'm going to take the 10 and make it 180x squared plus 30 times 6x cubed plus 3x plus 1 raised to the 9th. All right, so maybe that was necessary, maybe it wasn't. Typically, there's other things that we'll do with this, so maybe it's worth us doing that, but a little bit of cleanup. And then if I do this one, first thing I want to do is, it is a chain rule because this can be rewritten as x squared plus 1 to the 1/2. Right? Any kind of a radical that you have, you're going to want to rewrite it as a fractional exponent. So if it's a cube root, we write it as a 1/3. And now this definitely has a chain rule kind of a feel to it, where there's your outside, there's your inside. So when we do our derivative, we'll bring the 1/2 down, 1/2 times 5x squared plus 1 to a negative 1/2 times, and then we're going to do the derivative of the inside, which is 10x. All right, so now the cleanup. Sometimes the cleanup is harder than the original. So first off, I have a negative exponent, so I'm going to rewrite that. And so I know that I have a negative exponent, which is going to bring this piece down. I already have a fraction that has something in the denominator. So I'm going to bring this down. So I'm going to do two things with it. I'm going to bring it down, but I'm also going to rewrite the 1/2 power as a radical. So it comes down, and we're going to bring it back. Because typically, if we start with a problem that has a radical in it, we're going to finish with the problem that has a radical in it. And then we had a 1 on the top, and then this would be an over 1. So then this would be on the top as well. All right, so there's the first part of cleaning it up. Second part is I can simplify the 1 and the 10, sorry, the 2 and the 10, making it a 1. And so my final answer would be a 5x over square root of 5x squared plus 1. All right, so there were a couple examples, and then we'll kind of do a couple more that are just going to get a little bit more challenging.